What is up, guys? Delboy here. So, on the 23rd of June, it's looking likely that French heavyweight prospect Tony Yoka is going to be fighting Dave Allen. Obviously, Tony Yoka won the Olympic gold medal back in Rio 2016 at super heavyweight. He is 4-0 as a pro with 3 knockouts. And Tony Yoka so far, to me, from kind of gauging the opinion of hardcore boxing fans, he kind of splits opinion. I'd say the majority are kind of skeptical on Yoka's ability as a professional. And you see a few people out there who do really rate him. Me personally, I'm kind of on the skeptics train. To me, Yoka, yes, he looks kind of flashy at times. He has good speed. Nice 1-2. He's got relatively good footwork. But he just seems he seems like one of those guys who is susceptible to pressure, and he seems like his amateur style has carried over to the pro game a little bit too much. And I wonder whether that style is going to really serve him well as he progresses in the pro game. So overall, yes, I'm not particularly sold on Tony Yoka. He's obviously linked up with Virgil Hunter, and I'm yet to be convinced, I've got to say. I have a heavyweight prospect series on the channel, and I've not done a video on Tony Yoka yet, but what I will say is, I don't view him as an A-level heavyweight prospect. The guys I view as A-level are guys like Alexander Teslenko, F.A. Ajagba from Nigeria, Filip Hrgovic from Croatia, even Joe Joyce. These are the guys who I view as kind of the best prospects in the heavyweight division right now. And I kind of see Tony Yoka as a level below that. I don't think he's an A-level prospect, despite him being an Olympic gold medalist. I'm just not convinced. But I think the Dave Allen fight is a good fight for him at this stage of his career. Dave Allen is extremely durable. He shows actually some really good defensive skills at time in terms of head movement. He can slip shots, he can roll with shots, he can take the sting off shots. He's a really good survivor. And the question for Dave Allen is, does he want to become a high-level journeyman? A guy who's well known, but, he's going to lose. Does he want to be that, or does he still have some ambition left in his career? Because after the Lenroy Thomas second fight where he drew it on a technicality, I think it was a head clash, after he drew that fight, I really felt he was actually going to go back to the drawing board, get a few tune-ups, fight some journeymen, learn the craft, and come back at Commonwealth or British level. But no, he's jumping in with a prospect where a loss again kind of, it really does push him back to the queue. And he really gets into that territory where he becomes an opponent, Yeah, you can explain away a defeat to Dillian Whyte or Luis Ortiz, especially in the stage of his career where he took those fights, because he wasn't ready for those fights. You can explain those away, but when you're losing to a 4-0 prospect from France, that's a little bit harder to kind of brush under the rug. Does Dave Allen want to become a high-level journeyman and just sort of take big fights here and there, but he's expected to lose? Or does he want to win titles? Does he want to win a Commonwealth title? Does he want to win a British title? And I'm not saying a loss to Tony Yoka prevents him from doing that, but what I am saying is it certainly pushes him 2 steps back. Do you know what I mean? So, and yes, Dave Allen has a good fan base. Yes, he has a following. Yes, people want him to do well, but that wears off, and it wears off really, really quickly. So, I'm surprised Dave Allen has taken this fight. I hope he gives it a go. I hope he comes in the ring in good shape, in good physical condition. I hope he lets his hands go, and I wish him all the best, but I do feel he's up against it here. But ultimately, I just want him to go there and let his hands go, because like I say, I'm not a big believer in Tony Yoka. To me, he looks very susceptible to pressure. I wasn't impressed in the Jonathan Rice fight. Go back and watch that fight. Rice had some real success in there, and Rice is a good journeyman, but listen, man, he was having a little too much success. So all I want to see personally is Dave Allen go there in good shape, let his hands go, and see what happens. Because Tony Yoka, to me, like I said, he looks a bit vulnerable. So roll the dice, see what happens. Because a win over Tony Yoka, listen, he's an Olympic gold medalist, and if Dave Allen could go to Paris and beat Tony Yoka, that really does breathe some fresh life into Dave Allen's career. You know, it really, really does. So, hope he does well. It's going to be interesting to see how Tony Yoka deals with Dave Allen in comparison with Dillian Whyte and Luis Ortiz and Lennox Thomas, etc. I'm interested in this fight because, like I say, I'm not a particularly big believer in Tony Yoka. I think he has skills. I think he does things well. He's a very good amateur. But as a pro, I'm not sure yet. And I think this fight is a good bit of matchmaking for him. You know, if he does a really good job and blasts Dave Allen out of there, he can say he done something that, you know, Dillian Whyte certainly couldn't do. And even Luis Ortiz couldn't really do. But if he struggles, you know, it's going to be interesting. I think it's a good bit of matchmaking, actually. What do you guys think of this fight? Peace.